So then guys, if you just came from the last video, you probably just watched me review the Soundcore Q45 spaces, or space. It basically means personal space. I wish they were just talking about space though, that would have been cool, wouldn't it? But that's what I like to think of it. Now this is the Soundcore A40 space. Now I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. These are better than the Galaxy Buds Pro. These are better than the Soundpeats H1s, which I've stood by for fucking many months now. These are better than most earphones I've used with a dual coaxial driver, or you guys know what I'm talking about, the tweeter that kind of sits on top of the main driver. That looks really weird, but okay. Essentially, with the Soundcore A40s, you are getting a heavy feature set. Now I'm talking about equalizer settings, which the Galaxy Buds Pro fails to kind of satisfy really any music enthusiast with, because they're just shitty settings. Hello? Doing a video, bro? So yeah, the poor equalizer settings that just doesn't seem to fit well with many music enthusiasts. You've obviously got noise cancelling modes, very similar to the Q45s, where you're able to go from weak, medium, strong, and then obviously have adaptive noise cancellation. The transparency mode, obviously you can go from having full transparency, which doesn't sound that great in my personal opinion, and then there's voice transparency mode. Now the voice transparency mode works in a way where, just like the Q45s, it still blocks out most sound but tries to pick up voices over anything else in the environment. This is very useful. It makes them sound a lot clearer, and one thing that these do, which most earphones don't do at this price range, around 80 to 90 pounds, you are actually able to change from transparency to noise cancelling and not lose any sound quality, bass, etc., which unfortunately Soundpeats, I think £60 Pro earphones, did do. They had to be in noise cancelling to sound the best. In normal mode or transparency, they lost pretty much all sound quality, which obviously isn't useful. Obviously you have wireless charging, USB-C. I think the price is right. I mean, obviously the cost of living isn't great at the minute for a lot of people, understandably, but I think these are really well priced. I think they look really nice in the white colour. I wasn't expecting to get white, but Soundcore sent me it in white. I did own a blue pair of these before Soundcore sent these out, because I wanted about a week or two with these earphones to really test them out and compare them to other earphones I had at the time. The Soundpeats H1s were my favourite earphones for a long time, pretty much before anything came out like the Buds Pro, even the H2s which Soundpeats made. I think they did sound better, but they just lost kind of, you know, battery life, and I really hated the design. The H1s are the only earphones that have ever fit in my ear perfectly, but then Soundcore has come back and made earphones that not only fit in my ears perfectly, but do everything that I wanted: transparency, noise cancelling. I was willing to just get rid of all of that just to use the H1s. But again, there is obviously one problem with a single driver earphone, and that is separation. One thing I kind of didn't explain in the last video, and I'm probably going to get comments for, is the dual coaxial drivers or armature drivers, whatever people decide to call them. It's all different, like copyrighted names with each different company, but it's essentially like a kind of like a tweeter that sits on top of the main driver. You're going to get a better soundstage because the main driver is able to push more bass, more of the mids out, while that little tweeter is able to push more of the highs out, like the vocals, the hi cats and other things. So you're getting a much surrounded stage. These don't necessarily replicate that, but I have yet to find any missing sounds within these earphones, and Soundcore has done an incredibly good job making these earphones as good as they are. Like, I've got rid of my Galaxy Buds Pro, I got rid of my Liberty 2 Pros, I got rid of my H1s, I got rid of the H2s. I've basically gone through so many different earphones, and I think these are the ones that I'm going to be settling with, mainly because of their fit, all of the features they've got. And I'm going to be honest, if you're a bass head, some people say they're not that great. It's bullshit, because they recently, and I'm glad I waited to make this video, they recently did a firmware update where essentially the bass can be, well, the bass response is pushed up higher, and they sound fucking unreal. Like, there's no other way of explaining it. The firmware update they dropped has definitely added more bass to the earphones. In my personal opinion, Soundcore yet again this year has come back, revised the Q30s and the Q35s, demolished the line, and then they've brought out these new earphones, which I think is replacing the P series Life earphones, and I don't mind that because these are fucking insane. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to try my best to see if I can get any discounts or anything for you guys. Obviously, these aren't necessarily sponsored videos, but Soundcore are sending me these things out to review. As I've said before, I know people think I'm going to be dishonest. Soundcore never sends me a single message to say what I have to say or whatever. They just send it me and say what you want to say. And if you guys remember my Soundcore rave review, I had plenty of cons to say about it. Soundcore took it into consideration and it's now a discontinued item. Soundcore do pay attention to people like myself because any problems I have, they usually fix them. Unless, in this case, it's literally personal preference that I hate the equalizers on the Q45s and the A40s out the box. If you use my equalizers, I'm sure I have images on the screen of the app and different things. You use my equalizers, I promise you, they will sound insane. In all fairness, you can get it close to mine and change it a little bit based on your personal preference. You don't have to have the bass or the treble so high if it hurts your ears personally. Everyone's different, but I highly recommend that you try it. Again, thank you guys for watching. You'll be seeing this in the next few days. I don't know when these will be uploaded, maybe tonight, maybe fuck knows when, but that will be it. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys soon, and peace.